Hello and welcome to Fashion Report Friday, the weekly video series trying to get you the most MGP possible from the Mandeville Gold Saucer on the Fashion Report when judging begins every Friday. This is week 210 and the clue this time is Stay at Home Steward, something most of us unfortunately have been well aware of recently. So the individual ideas then are simple is best for your body, sleight of hand for your legs, cute as a button for your feet, and jewels of yellow for your wrist slot. In this video we have a 100 score, an 80 with dies, and the easiest 80 possible. So let's hop straight to that 100. Alright then, for that 100 score, first of all, for our chess piece, I went for the Falconer's shirt. This is something that is a fairly basic, low-level weaver craft. This is something you can also obviously obtain on the market board as well. It is very easily accessible, and the reason I wanted to choose this one is because it's demonstratable to be used on all classes in the game, both genders level 1 and above. So for any class, that's pretty good in my personal opinion. Alternatives to this include the Rami shirt as well. The Hanish wool autumn shirt will work. The survival and linen survival shirts will work, which obviously means the extreme survival shirt will work. And of course the spring shirt, which is something you can actually get from the Fashion Report vendor Kasumi. So if you have unlocked that, you could simply choose that one instead. That is also usable by everybody in the game and is a vendor purchased item. But of course, I chose something in the idea that maybe people might not have that unlocked quite yet. Right then, for the legs, I went for the rainbow slops of healing. There isn't much around it this week in terms of leg slot for gold rating. You can go for the rainbow slops of aiming, casting, or indeed healing, as you can see here. You can get all three of those options from either the Disciple of War or Disciple of Magic tab, regardless, obviously of what you are. If you go over to Norlays, the NPC in the Pillars of Ishgard located in the Jeweled Grosier. In my case, I chose the Disciple of Magic tab, and that's level 50 tab, and then you can get your rainbow slops of healing or indeed casting there. If you want the aiming ones, you'll have to go Disciple of War, level 50 tab. Simple as that. There are no other alternatives to this slot this week, so obviously you're going to be locked behind a level 50 healer, caster, or aiming class. So bear that in mind. For the boots then, I went for the bridesmaids sandals. This is a very easily obtainable item you can get from vendors, including Rianne in the Steppes of Nald. So this is just a little bit away from the Aetheryte in Uldar. You walk up to Sunsilk Tapestries, and Rianne on the novelty gear exchange option will sell you the bridesmaids stuff, including the sandals here, for 6,000 gil. Nice and easy. Alternatives also include the artisan sandals apparently, and I believe the bunny and chief bunny pumps will both work, which you'd have to spend MGP on. But why would you not just go for these? These are equipable by all classes in the game, level 1 and above. And finally then, for the wrist slot, I went for the Sphene bracelet, like a lot of people did this week. This is equipable by all classes in the game, level 28 and above. And you can find this at any Jewelcraft vendor that's low level, including of course Sileus. If you teleport in Uldar to the Goldsmith's Guild and then walk up a little bit and around a corner, you'll find Estame's Aesthetics with Sileus there. If you talk to Sileus, you can buy this Sphene bracelet, if you scroll down a little bit, for 2,544 gil, as simple as that. And that's the 100 score, so not that bad actually. A lot of vendor purchased items, but obviously if you do want to go for 100, those legs locking you to a level 50 aiming, casting, or healing class. Anyway, let's move on to something that's not capped, and that's the die options. Alrighty then, an 82 here, so an 80 with dies this week. As you can see, we've got dark blue as our weapons die, snow white on our helm, soot black on any chest in the game, soot black on any hands in the game, dark blue on any legs in the game, and all brown on any boots in the game. If you have something equipped in every slot, you will have this result with those dies on dyeable items. I cannot stress enough, people in the comment section previously, and every week we get this, please make sure you have something equipped in every slot. These dies will work if you have something equipped in every slot as well as these items dyed. Okay, that's as simple as that. But there we go, an 80 with those dies. The dies aren't terribly bad this week, at least there's no jet black. The two dark blue dies are surprisingly cheaper than I expected from the market board, quite easy to get. Yeah, actually very normal, pretty good. I quite like that one actually, and that might be an option for a lot of people. Anyway, let's move on to the easiest 80 possible of the week. Alrighty then, so here's my easiest 80, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised it's just 2 vendor items. First of all, of course, we have those bridesmaid sandals, which as it says is equipable by all classes in the game level 1 and above, and is not gender locked. This is something that they changed a little while ago, so you can wear these on your male character, so not to worry there. And those of course are obtained from the vendor in Uldar, Sunsilk tapestries for very little gil, 6,000 gil just for those boots. And then combined that by equipping the Sveen bracelet, which is equipable in the game by all classes level 28 and above, no matter what gender or level you might be. And you can get this from jewelry craft vendors such as Sileus at Astames Aesthetics in the Steppes of Thal of Uldar for 2,544 gil. I think this is definitely the easiest option. You'll notice, of course, we have something in every single slot of gear as well. That's very important if you're going to do this easy 80. Please don't complain that it doesn't work unless you haven't got, unless you've got everything in every slot. And then those 2 items and you will get an 80 guaranteed. Nice and easy this week. Very, very simple. Other ways that you could have obviously done this would be to swap out the chest piece with the spring shirt if you've unlocked that from Kasumi, which you're stood next to right now in the Gold Saucer. The spring shirt is equipable by everybody, and that's another vendor purchased item that you could go for. Or alternatively, there's lots of other bits we can interchange, including the rainbow slops of aiming, casting, or healing. So really, if you wanted to, you could get a quite simple 100 or a quite simple 80, depending on what you have access to and how your time better allots. You could also mix and match some of the dyes as well to get you extra points. Bear in mind you can dye the bridesmaid sandals, so if you were to dye those all brown, you would get even more points. Stuff like that. Anyway, thank you so much to the Reddit team for obviously the theory crafting for the week. The link to that will be in the description of this video as usual. Thank you so much to Kaiko Star, the rest of those people who bring up all of these wonderful theory crafting threads and things like that on the internet, and all of the people who submit dye options as well. It's always very helpful and makes these videos very easy to do. Anyway, much love, enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.